Good morning, Christos.
Good morning, Chadimu.
How are you? All is good?
All is good, all is good.
I started this podcast because I'm having a lot of questions about relocating to Cyprus. Nowadays, a lot of Lebanese families, investors, or business owners are thinking about future and looking forward to relocate to it. I'm going to ask you if you have any opinion in this matter, or why do you feel Lebanese people lately are being more interested into this country? Because sometimes a small conversation can change about a lot of decisions in some people's life. I hope this conversation will do some impact about some of our audience. So thank you for being here with us, sharing your expertise legally, financially, which I know it's very wide, and I will be relying on you during this conversation to just lead the way. If you feel like sharing your office, your knowledge, your talking a little bit about yourself, please feel free. I will leave the conversation to you now.
Okay, I'm Christos Minas. I have PhD in accounting basically and also in household spending. So I've been interested about housing for a long time. And I have a company that deals with consultation, helping people relocate. And I'm affiliated with Christopher Larku and Associates, law firm based in Larnaca, where we can help in
People to
people to relocate, to establish companies, to find the best way that they can live in Cyprus.
Okay.
Since you said Lebanese, and I believe we share the same thoughts, is that Lebanese are 24 minutes away from Cyprus. And over the years, they faced a lot of difficulties. So Cyprus is the first place to come. Even if there is something, a bombardment, then the place landing and stay overnight in
easy for them
Larnaca
to
airport
come here.
because it's the most secure.
But Christos, do you think it's only because of the situation in the Middle East people are being interested in Cyprus, for example, or no, there is like a few things that the government, let's say, or personally as a country is doing, like to encourage people to look forward now and towards Cyprus, either from the investment wise, family wise, student, I don't know. Because I think it's not fair just to focus on the problem and put it as a main reason of people looking towards Cyprus.
Okay.
But as a local, you know more about this stuff than me.
Cyprus, the way it treats foreign people coming to Cyprus, it caters for all types of either coming here to relocate just for living or have a business here or bring their kids to study and have a complete relocation. So that's why there are many options available that can cater for anyone's interest. So it can be people coming just to retire,
Okay.
living on their income from outside. Then there is a way that younger people can come with their families and reside, again depending on their income from outside. But
Okay.
also there are schemes where they can help people to relocate and work from Cyprus, establish a company in Cyprus, which they can be 100% shareholders. All of the company, there is no legal sponsor, local sponsor required. So with that, they can bring their family and live as well through a work permit. So there is a wide spectrum of options that can facilitate the different needs of investors.
So we are talking, I think, about like systems that the government has made just to grab these kind of, let's say, investments or families, giving them a lifestyle, permission to work, let's say, make it easy on them to invest in the country. I felt this honestly, especially on the tax system, which is being improved every year. Now I'm gonna ask you about the subject also. Let's say you have a phone call from a Lebanese family
Mhm.
asking you that they want to relocate to Cyprus to live here, which is it's an option of relocation, which is families, but they have no clue of how to do this or how to start the path of this. Usually, what do you suggest for them, or how do you start this process?
Okay. First of all, you will need to know how they will be they will uh, be financially when they come to Cyprus.
Okay.
Are they having investments outside Cyprus? Are they having their business and they can operate their business through the internet that doesn't need physical presence abroad, or they can travel in and out? The easiest thing to do is for them to test the market. And the testing of the market is that if they come on a temporary visa, let's say,
The yearly one,
the yearly one.
which they renew every year.
Yes, it's a temporary residence, as we say.
Okay.
This temporary residence is very easy to get. Even you can get it without acquiring a residency. You can do it through rental,
Okay.
and you have to have income from abroad.
Perfect. So basically, what I'm understanding from you, is to have this temporary residency, you don't need to, it's not related to a real estate investment. It's a different kind of
Yes,
visa.
it can combine with a real estate investment, but if the person wants to test the market
Before investing
before
in the
investing,
country,
the best way and the easiest way to do
and
it,
then it's more affordable, definitely, for
more
sure.
affordable. They have to, the only prerequisite is that they cannot be away from Cyprus more than 90 consecutive days
Ah,
because they will lose it.
perfect. Okay.
So, as long as they stay within the country um, most of their time and they are not away for 90 consecutive days, they have it for a year and it's renewable. And
Perfect.
then, if they understand how the market works, if they want to invest, they may choose an area they want to live, then they can buy property,
Property.
and with the acquisition of a property, they can proceed to um, permanent residency options, which there are two permanent residency options. One is what we call category F, which it requires to have a residency to cater the size of the family.
First of all.
First, that's the
Yeah.
primary thing, not the amount they have invested,
Perfect.
and it
So,
can be new or resale.
new or resale. Ah,
Yes,
this
can be
is.
new or resale.
Ah,
Yes,
okay.
but this kind of residency, unfortunately, at present, it takes a lot of time to be given.
Yeah, as I've heard, it's around 4 to 5 years
Yes,
sometimes.
when it started, because this residency, if we take the logic of the government,
Why it's taking time?
yes, when it started, the target people were the retirees
Ah,
under
okay.
this type.
Okay.
So when it started and the retirees were not so many, within 18 months to 2 years, they used to get it.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
But when other people started going for it,
There's an overload
there
on
is
the
another
system.
load of the system, and that's why it went slower than what they promised, the government
Yeah.
promised.
So basically, this is what in common, they call it like the slow track permanent
Yes,
visa.
yes. And it's category F for people that
So
understand it.
you can apply it, Christos, as I understood, like if you have a family, You can apply it for you and your wife if you invest in real estate, brand new or resale,
Or resale,
any amount.
any amount.
And for your kids,
And
but
for your kids, they get it, but at 18, they lose it.
okay, so
And
they
they-
should be below the age of 18 to be
Yes.
able to apply for it.
Yes.
Okay.
And what you can do if you go for category F, you can, because you with the application, that does not give you the right to reside in Cyprus.
Okay.
So what we commonly suggest is that people do a temporary residence until their category F is approved.
Is approved. Perfect. So the temporary one, which is, we call it the yearly.
The yearly one,
resident.
yes.
So if you have a family, let's say, they can come to your office, for example, and they can start with the easy process, which is faster, which is the temporary one,
Yes.
the yearly one.
And the temporary one, even with the application, with actually when you take an appointment, you are legal in Cyprus.
Before even taking
Before even
the
taking
cards.
the cards.
Which is perfect. And this one is every like year you renew it.
Every year you renew it.
And people will be asking for sure what are the benefits of this yearly visa beside that being able to live in the country. Does it give you any privilege like the permanent visa, or it's only just to be living here?
No, it's just to be living here.
Okay.
Unfortunately, it doesn't give you the right to access the national insurance scheme.
Perfect.
It doesn't. But the permanency, if you stay in Cyprus more than 183 days, you are eligible for the national insurance scheme, as we call it, YESI.
YESI.
Which you have free access
To the hospital.
To the hospital, to private doctors that are in the scheme, to medicine.
What about the schools and universities? It's also giving you some privilege in this field.
Okay. Before we move to the schools, let me tell you that there is another scheme which that we call fast track.
Related to real estate investment.
Related to
also.
real estate is real estate, but that one, it has to be new and you have to pay VAT on that. And now the amount is at least 300,000 euro.
Okay.
That's the minimum investment. But this fast track, the benefits are furthermore or much more
Than the slow track.
than the slow
Type
track.
F.
First of all, the most important thing is because I know Lebanese people from my interaction with them, they are very similar to Cypriots,
Yeah.
of how they see the family.
Yeah,
Because
true.
we are family oriented people. The primary reason that they invest is for their kids.
To have like a plan B security plan
Yes.
for the family.
And this category, the fast track 6.2, the kids get it up to the age of 25.
Yeah, which is 7 years more than the type F.
Not only 7 years more. At 25, they don't lose it.
As long as they are
So,
not
as long as when you apply, they have to be under 25.
okay.
As long as they get it, they can continue having it. And even when they get married, with their residency, they can do their spouse,
Perfect.
which is very, very beneficial.
It's for a lifetime, that means
Yes.
for them. The main criteria is to apply for them below the age of 25.
Below the age of 25.
And then they have it for a lifetime, like
Yes.
you. And Christos, they say like it's a permanent visa. In Greece, for example, you renew it every 5 years.
Yes.
In Cyprus, we call it permanent visa. Do you renew it every 5 years, or
No.
what's the period?
In Cyprus, you don't renew it. It's for a lifetime. But what you do is for any other document that you have in Cyprus, like for locals that they have passports, IDs, every 10 years, you have to give new biometrics. It's not a new application.
Perfect.
Simply, you give new biometrics because people's face change every
During the
10
time,
years,
sure.
and they have to have some
Updates on the system.
Yeah, yes.
Which is logical.
Yes, very logical. And there is no, it's just you pay for the amount of the document you receive. Nothing. It's a walk-in process. You can go to what we call Graphion Dubolidi Citizens Office. You can go there, give your biometrics. The passport, if it's a passport, then you receive it within the day if you pay some money extra, or if it's an ID, within 10 working days. And the same
It's
with the
easy.
permanent residency. You give new biometrics, and in 10 working days, you get the new one.
Get a new one. A question probably people will be asking now. Let's say you invested in a real estate property, either for the slow track or the fast track. Are you able, or is it legally, are you able to rent the property, or you only need to keep it for you as to use it?
Unfortunately, you are not able to rent it because it's for you.
It's for you.
To live.
Sorry, I don't want to interrupt you, but let's say you have two properties, not only one.
Okay. If, for example, we are talking about the fast track category,
Yes.
and in the fast track category, to make up the 300,000, you bought 2 units.
Yeah.
The 1 unit that you buy, you are eligible as your first residence to apply for the discount rate of VAT, which stands at 5%. The second unit, you will have to pay 19% VAT.
Automatically, yeah.
Yes. Otherwise, you are not eligible to get it. And if you pay 19% VAT, then you can't rent it.
Rent the second one.
Nobody, even Cypriots, that they acquire a residency or an apartment with a reduced rate of VAT, they cannot rent it.
Yes. So the term is the
Because
19%.
because this is like screwing, let's say,
Yeah.
The loss of the VAT, the VAT reduced rate is only given for your first residence.
To assist
have to
you.
reside.
Yeah.
Yes.
To live
Because
in it.
yes, to live in it. It's an assistance given by the government, and it's for everybody, Cypriots, Europeans, or third country nationals.
You know, Christos, you mentioned that for the fast track permanent visa related on the real estate investment, it's possible for you to own two properties, even with two separate developers, I think.
Yes.
If you think of it, I don't know, fix me if I'm wrong, I think this is also a policy made by the government. So it doesn't have a load on the properties, like it happened, for example, with Spain or sometimes in Greece.
A load.
When you have like a property which is, let's say, 200,000, and they start selling it at 300,000.
Yes.
I think this is a policy for
Yes.
the Cypriot market to stay, how do you say, it's authentic.
Yes.
And what you are paying for, it's the true price.
Yes.
Not the prices are getting raised.
Exactly. To overprice the property so that it reaches the 300,000
so
threshold.
I think the government
Yes.
is telling you, look, you don't need to raise the prices on a one unit to have
Buy
the
two.
permanent visa. You can buy two. This is, I think, from my opinion, it's a very good point. It can show the work and the policies of the government in the country, which are protecting also your kind of investment. Because if the real estate market, let's say it's loose, and you can end up waking up a day and having like a bubble, and the prices are not logical, it's not real. It's bad, I think, for the investor. So I wanted to mention this point because it's important.
Have in mind that the government has also in mind to protect the market so that the locals are not also overpriced.
Affected.
And they are able to purchase
In
themselves.
their own country.
Yes. So what they are trying to do is to hold back the increase of the prices as much as possible, even though over the recent years we have seen that there is a steady increase in the prices.
I think it's around 12 to 15% per year nowadays. Lately, I think because of the war and stuff, I think the cost of construction has been raised. Now, during the upcoming month, I think we're going to have a bigger raise of prices. We can feel it now.
Something worth mentioning before we move to any other subject about this fast track category, which is very beneficial for the investor, is that when you have got your residency under the fast track 6.2, beyond the kids, which is the most beneficial, is that you are able to own legally a company in Cyprus.
Ah, so if you go through the permanent visa fast track, you are legally.
If you establish a company in Cyprus, it's legal for you to establish a company in Cyprus, as long as you are not the manual worker
Okay.
of the company. You can be the brains and earn dividends.
Ah, perfect.
And this is very important because people, as we said, when they are coming from abroad to do temporary residence, category F, not fast track, 6.2 fast track, they have to have income from abroad. But the 6.2 allows them to have income from the country as dividends by investing
Perfect.
in companies as shareholders, but not as manual workers.
Perfect. Actually, I wanted to ask you about this subject about the company because now we talked about whenever you want to relocate on how to have the visa. We talked about the yearly visa.
And this one is called BFU, Business Financial Unit. So if you invest in a Cyprus company and you become a shareholder and you invest 200,000, you can get a work permit. Okay? Now, what else it requires? It requires that at least you are earning a salary of 2,500 from this company
And paying the tax.
and paying the relevant um, income tax, social security. And if you pay that, then what's the most beneficial if you go through a BFU is that you are allowed, is the quickest way to a passport, Cyprus passport.
Ah,
After 4 years under the BFU, you are eligible to apply for the citizenship.
ah. And the 200,000 investment, it should be made in the company, or let's say you can buy an asset and register it under the name of a company.
No, it doesn't. It cannot be real estate investment. It has to be in the capital of the company, and the company should not be in real estate.
Okay, so the
This is
money
in
should be in
order
the.
to shift money other than the real estate investment.
Ah, I understand.
Because real estate, you have the 6.2. Real estate, you have the category F. This, this is a bit different, is to attract brains to Cyprus. And these brains, they invest in companies and they get the work permit. Through their work permit, their family is eligible to stay. And the work permit is renewable every 2 years.
Ah, three,
Every two.
two.
Every 2
Okay.
years, they have to renew their work permit.
Ah, and if you have a work permit, is it for you and your family, or it's?
Work permit is personal, but under your status that you are in Cyprus working, your family can reside in Cyprus legally.
Ah, perfect. So it can be under your name, basically.
Who is who is under employment with the work permit? If it's a man, then his wife and his kids. If it's a woman, the husband and the kids.
Perfect. Another question, which is related also to the subject of relocation and the visa. Let's say a family also relocated, for example, and the kids now they are at 18 years old now. They are over age. They have the permanent visa, and they will go to the university, let's say. So basically, you will have to transfer the visa of your kids now on a student visa, or how it will happen. Because I faced this with some friends. They had to maybe relocate change the visa under a student visa,
Yes.
and they had the permanent visa
Okay.
also.
There is, I will tell you the logic of the government behind this. In the past, 25 years ago, if somebody was in Cyprus with student visa and he covered the threshold of 1,825 days, then he was eligible to apply for a Cyprus citizenship.
Yeah, okay.
And how they abolished this, when you are in Cyprus under a student status, either a high school student or a university student, the days do not count.
Ah, okay, okay.
And this brings us to something that we didn't say before. If you are staying in Cyprus under temporary visa, permanent visa, working visa, and you cover 1,825 days in Cyprus, then you are eligible to apply for a citizenship.
With some terms that comes along the way, like the language
Yes,
B2 level. Or
yes, in order to acquire, you are eligible to apply. What you have to have knowledge of Greek, and it depends on your category. It can be B1 or B2 level of Greek.
it depends on each situation.
It depends on each situation, but there is nothing else beyond that. The Greek
Perfect.
language.
Christos, also, if you have something, please
So,
continue.
to strengthen what we said is that if, let's say, you have kids that are going to the university and they will go to university in Cyprus, their visa will be converted to a student visa, and the years they're at the university doesn't count to the 1,825
Okay.
days threshold. That's why they do it like this.
Okay. Okay.
That's the logic.
Um, Also a curious question, or like does not need an experience more than not like an opinion about this. I have noticed also the relocation mainly is being done towards Larnaca, and not, let's say, few are going to Limassol, to Nicosia, to Protaras, Paphos, even though now there's the UB in Paphos doing the university. But by your opinion or experience, why do you think Larnaca is being now the hub where everyone?
First of all, Larnaca is the unfortunately, since I'm a person from Larnaca, I've been all my life living in Larnaca, and I love the city. It was the last city to evolve.
Huh,
Okay, and since 2017, we have elected a very, very strong mayor that believed in investing in Larnaca, believed that Larnaca has to advance, and one of the priorities was to remove the old oil and gas tankers on the Dikeia Road,
ah,
where we have about 6 kilometers of sea that were you couldn't build around
you
that
were
area.
unable to use it,
Yes,
not as a touristic, neither as
exactly,
to build on it.
exactly. And we managed after many years to remove all these things from Larnaca. So open Larnaca and expand it. Then with the changes that we had in Cyprus with the municipalities merging together, Larnaca has merged with Livadia and Oroklini and has stretched along the seafront. So in Larnaca now there is a lot of seafront, and that seafront, a big percentage of it was virgin, because we had the tankers before. Now with the
So it's full
removal,
of potential
it's
now.
full of potential, and that's why many Lebanese, seeing the proximity of Livadia to the sea, they started investing in Livadia because there were many gains to happen. Now they are moving towards Oroklini. Everything is opening up, and we are expecting a lot of investment to come in, especially on the coastal area.
I feel also, I saw it a couple of years ago, and now I feel it more. The metropolis small area, Aradipo, it's taking a lot of the share from the real estate investment nowadays. if not, it's maybe equal to divide, not to say it's more. Do you think it's because of the capital gain there, the area did not yet achieved the highest potential, or the proximity to the roundabout of Nicosia and Limassol, or what are the reasons you think about this area?
For sure, the mall, even though the locals were moaning, they end up, you can see it's packed. I think it went beyond expectation.
So they didn't want them all basically when you started the project. I've
Actually,
heard the story, but
yes, actually, the owners in the city, the shop owners, they thought that this would destroy the local market in the city. It seems okay. What has happened, for sure, it has been affected because there have been a lot of works in the city to convert it, to make it walkable, and it seems that we are towards the end of it. By the end of the year, everything will open up in the market, and the market is becoming different. Like
the needs are becoming different
the
nowadays.
needs, people are used. People from abroad are more used to malls. You know from your
Yeah,
own
yeah,
experience,
yeah.
weather-wise, but also the market, as we call it, which is very near the seafront. It's parallel road to the seafront, two parallel roads actually. It's shaping differently. It's coming up with new cafeterias, restaurants. A lot of boutique hotels have been coming in
So I think
Larnaca.
it's becoming more like a touristic area instead of
Exactly,
shopping
exactly,
area. So
exactly. And it brings more tourists to Larnaca. This is something that we used to lack. We used to lack very good hotels. Like in 2016-17, we didn't have almost any. Then we have few hotels that came up already, and there's another one coming up, which is going to be a five-star hotel. But there are a lot of nice boutique hotels, and it seems that the younger generation prefers to stay in a boutique hotel and drive around rather than to go for a high-end hotel
and stay
for stay
inside.
inside.
Yeah.
But mentioning before when you said about Aradipu, uh, which is near the mall, near the hospital, near any of the highways that leads you to Nicosia, like you can go in 30 minutes to Nicosia, 40 minutes to Limassol. You have access, Ayanapa Portaras as well. It's very close. The good thing is that we have a very good road access in Cyprus, and this helps you. We're not a small island. It helps you go around, and you can relocate where you feel like
More comfortable.
more
It's suitable
comfortable
for
for
you,
you.
the area. It's
Exactly.
very easy. Yeah, I have noticed this. Actually, also one more point. I don't know if you agree with me about Aradipo. A lot of people, either Cypriots, locals, or foreign, which they are working, let's say, for example, mostly in Nicosia. I've heard and I've noticed they work there, but they come and live in Larnaca, which is the reason is because the cost of living, I think, I don't know if you agree, it's less than Nicosia. So the closest area towards Nicosia is Aradipo.
Yeah, because it's very close to the highway.
Do you think it's
It's a valid reason
do you think the
because
cost of living here in Larnaca
it's
is more
cheaper than Nicosia.
affordable?
Yes, for sure.
Why do you think so? I can feel this even less than Limassol or Paphos or Protaras.
I think the cost of living now in Cyprus, the highest is in Limassol.
Limassol.
Yes, that's the highest cost of living. In Larnaca, the the problem that we had in the past, and this is what everybody is trying to solve, and especially our mayor, is that there were no good enough jobs, so people had to work outside Larnaca, and this meant that people became they invested in restaurants, in cafeterias, and since the cost of living was cheaper, the charging is cheaper. So there are people that come for a day from Nicosia to eat in Larnaca, which they find it like 25% less than
Less.
what they would eat in Nicosia. And also because of the competition, um, what they offer is better than what you can get in other cities.
It's more focused on the audience experience, I think, in
Yeah, they give
Larnaca.
me more emphasis to the quality, I would say, in Larnaca. But what is also changing for investors that are thinking of rental is that uh, our municipality has made agreements with the Technological University of Cyprus, which is mainly in Limassol, to open up departments in Larnaca.
So these are one of the upcoming few projects in the future
Exactly.
in Larnaca.
This one, the Technological University. Now they have signed last week an agreement with the drama school of the University of Cyprus together with the National Theatre.
Yeah, it's gonna open in Larnaca.
Yes. Then they have agreement for Kapodistrian University of Greece to come and open in Larnaca and have students here. This is what we lacked before.
Future planning
Yes,
and
and
grabbing
youth.
youth.
Because the youth used to go to Nicosia to study or to Limassol, and there were no public universities here. There were only private, but the private universities do not attract the majority of the students. And this is something that is new, and it's something that investors must be aware of it, because you are having need for smaller units for students to live in. Because
Yeah,
within the next 4 or 5 years, that there is going to be a full deployment of these universities. You are talking about 2 to 2,500 students.
yeah. Considering the population in
Consider the
Larnaca, it's
population, and we are talking about a spending population.
yeah, the youth. They
Yes,
want
the
to go
students,
out and
because when you said before about Nicosia and the living in Nicosia, and you told me people may live in Naradipu instead of living in Nicosia even though they work. Have in mind that Nicosia has about 25,000 students in
ah,
the universities acquiring accommodation. So the prices
rentals going up.
going up.
Mm.
That's why nowadays, if you attract students in Larnaca, it solves a bit of the problem there, and you give a lot of a new income to the city.
It's a push for
For
the
sure.
groceries, for the restaurants, for the
Cafeterias,
rentals.
rentals.
Yeah, basically, I'm also noticing that a lot of directions now it's going towards one bedrooms in the projects and sometimes towards studios. It's not only related for the demand on the rental, moreover than related also to the purchasing power worldwide, which has
Yes.
dropped down.
But
The market, I think, is being smart to handle this
yes, there is
issue.
another thing that drives to smaller units that we didn't mention is the Europeans that are relocating to Cyprus, which they just come with a yellow slip. It's easy to get, very easy. They don't need to invest. And they come and work here, either with their own companies or as employees
Remotely.
remotely. But these people, they want places to stay. And they are high-end employees, let's say, so they wouldn't stay in places in sharing accommodation. They would rather stay in their own accommodation. So
Yeah.
this is another market that the last 5 to 6 years we have in Larnaca, and it seems that this population will be increasing. The reason is that they find it more affordable, and some that are in Limassol already, they are relocating to Larnaca for cheaper accommodation, cheaper standard cost of living, and this uh, gives them higher available income for other things.
It's good that you mentioned this, Christos. I think also the tax system, and which we will be talking about it now, we have a different kind of tourism in Cyprus, as I always say. You have the regular tourism, which is it's an island. Everyone wants to come and enjoy the beach and the sea and the food, especially Mediterranean countries. Like Lebanese, we are almost having the same culture, almost kind of same food. So this is a big part of the tourism. But I think there's a big section of the tourism which is related to the tax because fix me if I'm wrong, the country is one of the lowest tax in Europe. So you have a lot of European relocating from Germany, let's say France, Italy, towards Cyprus to pay the tax in Cyprus.
Yes.
Can you give me some? I always hear about this. Can you
Okay.
give me some details about it?
All right. 2026 is a year of we had a tax change. So I can tell you that before we had one of the lowest taxes, even that now is the lowest because in the European Union it has to be minimum 15%. We used to have 12.5,
Okay.
but now we change it to 15%.
Which is the
corporation
capital
tax.
corporation.
Yes. But the most lucrative thing that Cyprus has is that if you are a foreign investor and you do not live in Cyprus for more than 183 days, so you are a non-domicile, then you get the dividends gross. So there is no tax on dividends. This is the most lucrative thing for foreign investors. They come here. To understand it, if you, let's say you made 1,000 euros profit, then if it was before 2025, you would pay 1,000, you would pay 125 euro corporate tax.
I mean, if you make this money outside Cyprus, from a business outside Cyprus.
Even if you made it in Cyprus, doesn't matter.
Okay.
Because we are talking about Europeans.
Okay.
Wherever you made the money, you can use Cyprus as your hub, as long as you are invoicing. This we can. I will.
We'll have a different. Yeah.
Let me say this. If let's say you had 1,000 euros of profit, you pay 125 euros corporation tax. Now you will pay 150 because it became 15% from 2026, and the rest 850 you will get them in your pocket as dividends.
Okay. Okay.
If you are a foreign investor. If you are not a foreigner and you are a Cypriot, then you have to pay special defense tax on the dividends. But a foreign investor pays zero. That's very lucrative. And then, even if your operations, this is something that also helped business to relocate to Cyprus. If your operations are outside Cyprus, but the invoicing and the decision making and the seal of the company is in Cyprus, then you are allowed to treat your company as a Cypriot company and earning and paying taxes in Cyprus. This was one of the most lucrative things to do. Even though your operations are worldwide, if you have your office in Cyprus, you are invoicing from Cyprus and you're still in Cyprus, then it covers the rule to considered as a Cyprus company. You pay your taxes here.
Based on here.
Yes.
That's
why many companies or European companies
relocating
are
to
relocating
Cyprus.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And the tax system basically also, Christos, is very very important on all levels, not only on relocating to the country. Because now you mentioned the non-dom. Not a lot of people knows about this. Maybe you can explain more about it because it's suitable for the families, I think, which they are relocating their family just to have a safe
Yes,
lifestyle, but
but
their business are not in
okay,
Cyprus.
but even for people that are domiciled, foreign investors that are domiciled, that they live in Cyprus for more than 183 days, this exception of dividends is given for 17 years. So if you
Ah,
are a foreign investor and you come to live here permanently and living more than 183 days, then your dividends are received gross. You don't pay for it. This is
ah.
what they give to the foreign investor so as to relocate here.
So if his business is outside, he doesn't pay any tax even if he's living in Cyprus
Yes.
on the income of his
On the
business.
income of, okay, let's clarify this. If this is what, because if it's the income abroad and he wants to declare it, if he is declaring it in Cyprus for the 17, in order to apply this 17-year rule, you must have income from Cyprus.
Ah, okay, okay,
So whatever income you receive in Cyprus, since you are investor in Cyprus, you can get the dividends gross. If
okay,
it's outside Cyprus, then they have to deal with the country of domicile to prove
okay,
that.
okay. So this is a part of the tax system. Another part which is also essential, it's related to the real estate investment because, as you know, I don't know if you have an opinion also on this. The main source of money in Cyprus is related to tourism, to relocation families, and to real estate investment.
Mm.
I think the biggest part is related to real estate investment. So the tax part, which is related to real estate, it's also, as my personal opinion, is very good. I don't know if you can give us a little bit of hints or tips about it.
The real estate, the reason that is driving the economy is because there are many businesses directly and indirectly depending on
Yeah, we used to
the
say
real
in
estate.
Lebanon.
I think it's 11 directly, if we count them.
No, we even used to say it's more like than 65, 70 business related
Related
to
to.
the field.
Yes. So it's very important that this is protected as much as possible. Um, Developing in Cyprus, there is no restriction to be a developer in Cyprus from wherever you are. Okay. In order to become a constructor, you need to have some criteria, which is not so easy to acquire. But developing, it's very, very easy to do. Um, Developing, you can advertise anywhere in the world and attract clients from. We have this rule with the 5% relaxation, even though there has been changes in that, and that has have to do with the size of the property. But we are talking the 5% is for a house of 140 square meters. If it's a bigger house, then it goes after beyond 140 square meters to 200, it's at 19%. It has to be more than 200 square meters to be the whole 19%. So we're talking most
So
of the houses, they are building them below 200.
basically, any property below 140 square meter on the title
It's
deed,
5%.
you can be eligible for the
Yes.
5% VAT scheme.
Okay.
But above the 140, then you start paying the 19
Up,
on the square meters above the 140 square
yes,
meter, up until 200.
200. If it's
Yeah.
beyond 200, then it's all of it
Yeah.
19%.
I think this is good, because even if you pay, think of it, the 19% on a property, you pay it once in a lifetime. But later on, we will come to the next subject, which I'm sure you will be mentioning it. the tax on the income tax, which where we consider the rental, it's as an income tax. I think you will note, you will mention that we don't have whatsoever a tax on the rental, maybe 2.5%, I don't know. It's not like Greece, for example.
No, the rental actually goes under the income tax.
True.
But there is the exception of 22,000 income which is tax exempt. So if you have, like, if the average rent now is about 851,000 euros, it means that you have to have more than 2 units in order
To start
to
paying
start
a
paying
tax,
income tax.
which is a positive thing because
For a foreigner, for sure.
for a country in Europe, because all over Europe, France, Spain, Greece, taxes can be so high on the investment that you are doing, and all kind of taxes, capital gain taxes, income taxes, inheritance taxes, property taxes. So all of these system and taxes are for me. I consider it's
Uh,
top notch in Cyprus,
uh,
comparing other
since you mentioned inheritance
European
tax,
countries.
we have zero tax on inheritance. We have abolished since 2016 property tax. So there is capital gains tax, but also there is exceptions for capital gains tax. For your first residency is 85,000 euro. So you don't pay
85.
85,000
I
for your
thought
first residency.
I thought 33. 85
No,
is,
it's
is
up to 85
up to 85.
if it's the first
You
residence.
can benefit from it once in your lifetime.
Yes, but if it's not your first residence, it's 17,500.
Okay.
But then if you sell your first residence, it's going to be the difference between 17 and 85.
True. It has a lot of. I think also if you register the unit under your name and your wife,
Then
each
you
has
split it.
7.
Yes.
So it's gonna be like 33,000.
And also there is the indexation which allows for inflation,
Which is
which
also
is
good.
also good.
Yeah, the tax we always recommend and suggest to people to make the homework when they want to invest in a country. First of all, about the tax system. This is why we are talking about this, because if the tax system is tough, uh, most of your profits will be gone. I think this is also a good policy that the government is using in Cyprus, among the other policies that she's doing. Another subject, like now that the country, the last few years, I think after Corona, is opening up internationally. Uh, do you think the locals are like positive or negative about this? Is it affecting the people?
Okay.
You know why it's important? Because basically, I see everyone is positive here. There is no problem whatsoever. But when you're having families relocating, or business owners, or like investors, they are always searching for places where the environment and the locals are friendly. What's your opinion in this as a local? I
Yes.
mean, not as an expert.
First of all, you have to consider that Cyprus, if we leave the investors in real estate, forget them for 1 second, is a country that is being attracting, or it had its main income from tourism. So we are used to having 2 to 4.5 million tourists per year. So if you consider that the population of the country is about 800,000 or 900,000, and you attract 4 times your size in
So,
foreigners as tourists, it means at any given time in Cyprus, there are, if you divide it, every two locals or three locals, there is one foreigner as tourist. So they are very, very used to foreigners from tourism. And many people, they had to treat these people very well because their income was depending on them. So somebody investing for real estate, people see him positively because they see him as a tourist, they see him as somebody that they are used to having. It's like when Cypriots see a white, blue-eyed person, they will talk to him in English because they are very
Yeah.
used to foreigners. Unlike Greece, Greek people, they don't speak to you, they speak to you in Greek.
Yeah, I noticed this. Everyone is speaking
Yes.
English in Cyprus.
Here, people will talk to you, if they understand that you're foreign, first thing they will talk to you is in English. Now, the increase in the housing prices maybe has affected people's feeling towards this um, increase in the price, making it less easy for locals to acquire residences. That's why what the government, the House of Parliament is trying to do is trying to give remote places cheaper land, incentive to acquire. There are some schemes to facilitate locals to buy in order to um, help them deal with these increased prices through the foreign demand.
True, I've heard of
Yes.
this stuff.
Other than that, there is no local that feels that foreigners are like imposing threat on them. They feel they are very friendly with foreign people because, you know, somebody that comes and relocates, he also spends, he has coffees, he has meals, he goes to supermarkets, and the money is like circulating in the local economy.
Perfect. Um, Also, many questions can come from potential families relocating or investors or business owners about the, let's say, challenge of the occupied territories. And, not everyone is familiar with this subject. What is the current situation about this? And is it affecting the country as a country, or it, everything is positive? Let's say it's not risky on the investor in the future. Let's say.
Have in mind that Cyprus, the part that is under the Cyprus authority, it's a European country, and this is like what was the main benefit of Cyprus entering the European Union was that the Europeans, according to the European law, they have to protect all the land of the Europeans. So this is a safety measurement that we have.
So basically, it's a safe country, as everyone knows. Even during this last war, we have noticed it's the only country in the Middle East that were kind of intact.
Yes. I think we are a bit far, and we are always neutral, and
Which
we
is
are
a good
too small.
policy.
Yes, and we are too small for the for getting
have a say.
Yes, being and also being attacked.
Yeah, which is good, especially in these kind of situations we are having
Yes.
lately. One last subject I want to direct with you, Christos, which is the Schengen, which everyone is asking now. All of these subjects that we were hammering now are related a lot.
Or can be affected.
Yeah, it's related to a lot to the relocation of the families, to the investors, to the business owners,
Okay.
and the Schengen is one of them.
Actually, you are mentioning Schengen after your question or our discussion about the North, which actually this is what has halted the inauguration of Cyprus in the Schengen visa. Um, from what we are hearing and the measures that have been taken, is that Cyprus will enter Schengen maximum in the first 6 months of 2027. Now, what this will bring, we don't exactly know yet, but maybe what it will bring a conversion from the permanent residency to something like closer to a golden visa,
Okay.
which will be for less years renewable, because this is something which is a Schengen requirement. Now,
Sorry, so but just to have a more clear idea, you mean if you by the time that we were gonna have the Schengen, let's say in Cyprus, whomever is holding the permanent visa would be eligible to travel all over Europe freely.
this I cannot say because I don't know it, but for sure, for somebody that is having a permanent visa of Cyprus, if Cyprus is in Schengen, it will be much easier to acquire,
To travel in Europe,
yes,
yeah.
and to acquire Schengen
Okay.
status.
No.
That's for sure. Now, if they are going to convert them, this is something that we have not yet been notified from the government and from our connections. The only thing that we have gathered is that there is a very, very big certainty that we will enter the Schengen visa.
And you started acting, by the way, I think, like in the
Yes,
airport,
yes.
you're
In the
building
in the
terminal for the
airport,
EU, I think.
exactly. There is also, apart from Cypriot policemen, European police seeing the way that things are done. Um, the other thing that it may affect also the real estate, because we're expecting an increase in the amount of the Schengen visa from three,
For the permanent.
not from the thing is, there is a likelihood that the permanent will cease to exist.
Ah,
And
okay.
but the ones that have it, they will still have it. But they will go to a Schengen scheme,
Which is more hard and
eh, which is more hard,
more regulations.
but the regulations will not be much harder, because if you take the regulations of the Greek visa, there's not much difference in what paperwork
Ah,
is compared to the Cyprus permanent visa.
okay.
What I believe is going to be the amount that will increase.
A raise of the amount
They will raise the
that you need to
amounts.
have the permanent visa.
This is what is likely to happen.
I think the whole country on all levels will benefit from this. Hopefully, if finally they will enter it. Lastly, Christos, I want to thank you. This is one of many coming podcasts. We will be choosing carefully the subjects in the future. Maybe we will ask from the audience to choose for us any subject. I just want to mention that you have one of the nicest offices that's handling carefully tailor-made solution for each family or member that you have. I'm one of them on all levels, legally, financially, and you even have Lebanese speaking staff, which makes the experience more easy, maybe on Lebanese or any other nationalities. I will leave the last word for you. Thank you very much for your time, and I will
Thank,
leave it for you.
thank you, Adimu. I hope we have managed to help people understanding and understanding that it's quite promising to come to Cyprus at any level, either family relocation or work relocation. And I think we have the expertise to help them. And we could do A to Z, like you can I know that you can help. You have a lot of connections as well in the real estate market, and we can.
Yeah, basically, you know me, Christos. When I had the idea of doing this podcast, the main idea was to help people take informed decisions and not just take decisions. This is an important thing when they are transferring their life or family or investment towards a new
The
country.
most important is to be tailor made.
True.
Everybody, according to how much he has available to invest, the size of his family, the age of the kids, and since you said we are talking about especially for Lebanese family welfare, so I can have a deep understanding of the family
Yeah,
welfare and the
it's
provision
very important
between
for
the
us.
families. Yes,
Basically, everything we
and
do
for
is for.
sure for the Cypriot family as well.
True. Thank you very much,
Thank
Christos.
you.
And up until I see you for the next podcast.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.